Access to quality childcare definitely makes hiring here at Hirschbach a little bit harder. We've had top candidates that have actually turned down job offers because they haven't been able to find viable childcare. When we have somebody really talented that we can see grow and develop within the organization and then they have to turn down a job offer because they can't find childcare, it really hurts us because we can see that person being a part of our family and a part of our culture.
We do know that we are in a childcare desert, which means when parents are looking for care, they're finding it difficult. What we would like to see is more childcare providers and people supporting childcare as a business. And so this is calling everyone to action. This is calling our community action. What can we do to help?
Access to childcare is one of the top barriers that keeps people out of the workforce and out of education that they need to get a better job. If they have children, that barrier can almost be insurmountable, especially if they're looking at any kind of childcare needs that occur in the late evening, third shift, on the weekends. Often, while availability is a challenge, there's also an affordability issue faced by low-income individuals that really need access to that education and training.
We're an aging population, and as we seek to bring in families, young families, or just grow and retain the families that we have here, important amenities like childcare are very important. Just the access as well as the affordability of the existing childcare.
Our role actually is to be that convener, that catalyst, to bring people together to look at issues and come up with solutions and bring about positive systems change. So in the area of childcare, there's so many players. There's the employers, there's the parents, there's the childcare providers, there's the infrastructure that supports them. So it's a natural for us to act in that role as convener, to bring the players together and say, how can we do this differently to have different results?
From the center's perspective, we need to be bringing in more money. We are not able to pay our teachers enough. Most of our staff here could go across the street to Quick Star any minute and make more money with no experience. So we don't want to charge families anymore. We know we're already pricing out so many families. We would love to be able to relieve some of that burden and in fact charge families a little bit less. That's the real challenge and where I hope there are some policy solutions.
I do think the biggest barrier for people entering the childcare field is pay at this point and benefits. There is no access most of the time to childcare benefits. Those that do provide it are usually attached to a bigger organization. Home providers do not have any benefits available to them as a system.
I'm in the process of doing this, but I haven't done the exercise yet, is seeing what daycares are by bus stops, because single parents oftentimes don't have a vehicle. So if there was an individual where they could have an employer, a bus stop, and a daycare all within close proximity to each other, that they could walk their children to daycare or walk to work and then pick their children up and get on the bus.
When businesses say to me, I'm not in the childcare business, well, you're in the people business. You employ people. And those people have children, or those people are grandparents who have grandkids who maybe have to come live with them. So what we've seen work is flex spending. Is flex spending available for childcare expenses? Is it a benefit that you can provide? And you're going to reap the benefits of that because those people are then not going to call in sick as much because they don't have care.
This is actually not our permanent building. We're exploring a couple other bigger buildings in Dubuque, and as part of that footprint, we're likely going to put a daycare on site so that not only do our employees have the work-life balance, but they have access to it the second that they need it. We don't have to worry about anybody turning down any job offers because they can't find any childcare. Additionally, in the new benefit year, we'll be adding some daycare flex spending to make it more financially feasible for people once they find good childcare in Dubuque.
We're constantly talking about how we need to be providing more to our students in grade school levels, and those conversations don't happen when you're talking about childcare. You don't hear that about how important it is to bring in good childcare providers for infants and toddlers, but there's no more delicate population that we need to be protecting and making sure that they're being well cared for.
Childcare, like those other issues, are complex social issues. So it's not, oh, here's the solution, or we'll just pay this. It's going to be a number of different solutions. Putting them together, we will have a quality childcare system. And You know, Northeast Iowa, Dubuque, Iowa, we could be, you know, the premier community for making sure that our youngest children have the education and the care that they need, and workers will seek that and come here and be part of our community.